Hello, Digidestin. Welcome to the King's Court. Okay, so um over the week I've been putting together this new version. Well, for a couple of weeks actually, I've been working on this new, completely, I guess you could almost call it unorthodox build for Gaiomon. This is a okay, it's because recently in the BT21 set, we recently just got all this crazy Lamiamon, Medusamon support. So, and that deck's pretty cool. I actually like it. And that deck completely works off of Dragonkin. Now, a lot of people forget that War Greymon, Black War Greymon, and Gaiomon, all of them are Dragonkin. So basically, I've been putting together and working on this deck that utilizes that support from BT21, but instead of basically Medusamon, the end goal is to end on Gaiomon. And basically, this is just a turbo Dragonkin. And not only that, the fact that you can also use the Owens to be able to set up your new promo Gaiomon, just have that card just allow you to attack is just crazy. So I managed to playtest this deck a lot over the weekend. Not on Sunday, obviously, happy late Mother's Day to anyone watching. But I was able to playtest it, and I'm really, really liking it. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Although this build is obviously going to change because we're going to eventually be getting the new set in BT22 with all the new Gaio stuff we're going to eventually be getting. Which, for the record, anyone watching this, any new Gaio, Black War Greymon, War Greymon stuff in general that gets announced, I'm definitely doing a video on it. So if you want to see any of that, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell for more videos. Let me know in the comments, what are you hoping for to get from that set, and what do you think of this build? Do you prefer this, or you prefer the standard, the traditional Greymon X, Metal Greymon? I love that build too, don't get me wrong, I absolutely do, but I wanted to try something a little different. I guess you could say I wanted to try experimenting a bit, so I'm going to go over the deck really quick. So like I said, let me know in the comments if you have any suggestions, and that's pretty much everything. And if anyone watching this likes Medusamon, you can pretty much probably just play this build, but just switch out the Giles for Medusa. So I'll just put this right there. If anyone watching this likes that deck, it's a cool deck. I like the whole token thing. It gives me an excuse to use more Robin cards. Okay, so the first card, gotta go over Digitama. Digimon. It feels so weird because we've been doing videos here on the channel for a couple, like almost 2.5 years, I think, at this point. Dang, it's already been that long. Um, Ever since we started, and we've been doing I've been working, doing videos in the Black War Greymon deck, and War Greymon stuff, and I've always used Koromon. It feels so weird using a different Digitama. But yeah, Gigimon, it works great because of the fact that when this deck focuses on when a security is removed from your opponent's security stack, which works because a lot of people forget that. Let's see. Ah, I've said this before. Most people know about the original EX, BT9 Gaio, as well as the new promo that just came out. But a lot of people, I swear, still forget that the EX4 Gaio exists. So as a result, they don't know about the whole how it could trash security, and you could do that to activate your effects. So this lets you digivolve one of your Digimon Reptile or Dragonkin into another Digimon Reptile or Dragonkin for a reduction cost by 1. And the fact that that activates and a bunch of your Digimon give you extra memory, and one card even lets you digivolve for free for Dragonkin. So it really piles up. So this card's really good. But I like Digimon. Digimon's cool. Obviously, Coralmon is always number one, but I like Digimon a lot as well. Okay, like always, we'll start off with the rookies. For Elizamon, this card is. I'm really wondering because the more I play this deck, I am not used to Tamers and option cards having traits. Because the fact that you can use this card and you can search for either a Dragonkin or a Reptile or a Liberator is crazy. Because you can add your Owens, your option cards, and hint, hint to a card in this deck. You can also even add your Omni X because it's a Liberator. So I wonder if in going forward, this is what the game is going to do. Is going to have like option cards and Tamer cards start having like you know other keywords, just like how you can add all of them now have a Liberator in this deck. So that's really something to think about. This card's really good too. Even though this is a totally different build than what I'm used to, I'm still running Agumon. Man, I gotta have Agumon somehow. So four of this Agu. On play, you can add a Dragonkin back to your hand, and it boosts your Digimon by 2K, which is good because the issue I've noticed with this deck, the more I play it, you could swing like with your Lamiamon or something, but if the progress is really good, but the DP is still a problem. So the fact that you can have this and your all your other stuff to boost up is really necessary for this build. So for Agu, and also if this deck also is really good for budget players because if you can't, because I know Omni X is still pretty pricey, you could just get away with playing the Rush Gaiomon because it is a reptile, so it is searchable to thanks to your Elizamon, and the fact that you can also even add use your red memory, your offense training, stuff like that. I'm really considering trying out this other card. I think that's a reptile. Uh, I don't know how to describe it. It's a red card. I'll put a picture of it, obviously. It looks kind of like if you ever seen any of the Tremor movies, it kind of looks like the bitey ones from the second one. If I'll put a picture, like I said. So that's something else I'm considering trying out too. I think a friend of mine has some of those. So that's actually it for all the rookies. Go to the champs next. Dimitrilon. Probably debatably the most important one for the deck. The fact that it can let you play an Owen from your hand if you have one or less. So even if you do have one Owen set up, you could use this to set up another one. So like play your memory center one or something. And the fact you can also gain a memory back too, so this really piles up. For Cyclomon. This card's really good actually because one of the effects of one of the effects of your cards, your Lamiamon, when a security is removed from your opponent's stack, you can play a Digimon with 5k or less, and you can actually play Cyclomon, and on play or when Digivolving, Cyclomon pops a card. So this is actually really good. And the fact that you can power up by an extra 2k is also really necessary. And last but not least, for I feel like channel member Michael, because Machine Dramon, which for the record, he is working on a new Machine Dramon deck for any Machine Dramon fans watching. I'm playing 4 Cyber Dramon. I didn't really know what to think of this card because at first I was thinking, isn't it kind of a brick? But the fact that now it is a Dragonkin because it has that trait right there, it's crazy, and it can boost by 4,000, so that's really good. The effect is also really nice because it literally removes a security from your opponent's security stack, so that'll activate your stuff. But it does put another one back. But hey, the fact that it can you can trigger your effects without ever having to attack. This card's really nice. Really quick, there is one card you could play if you have it, but I am not spending $200 on it. It's the promo. I think it's a promo. I forgot what it. I forgot. Flame Dramon. Now, I think that card. A friend of mine from locals told me that card will be getting reprinted here in the West around November, December, around that time. Which I'm like, okay, dang. Hopefully, by then all the crazy stuff comes out for Gaia. We don't need it as much, but if you have that card, I would suggest maybe cutting this and one of your options down to 3. But I'll go over that when we get to it. But again, that card is super dumb expensive. You can play one of the new Flame Dramons too if you want, just for like a little variety. And it does pop cards, so it's not a bad, terrible option either. Although you don't totally desperately need it, luckily. So that's good at least. And of course, you gotta have them. For Lamiamon, progress is such a crazy key term. This I really like this card. The fact that you can swing, effects don't do anything, and it's inheritable. If its security is removed, you could play a Digimon with 5k or less for free. This card is just really good. Not much else to say on that. A lot of these cards just really work well together. I really like that. It's the whole Dragonkin thing. Okay, so next one, 3EX4 Gaiomon. I was trying out 4, but dang, it got too clonky, and I needed room for the other ones. So 3, I think, is the right number. God, I really need to get the alts of this. I used to have them, but I had to sell them. 2 BT9 Gaio. Same with this. The price in these alts have been going up. I gotta work on that. And 2 of the promo Gaio. The more I play this deck, the more I really like this card. The fact that you can force your opponent's smaller... That actually happened in a practice game I had. You can literally, if you're like, you can set up actually your Gaiomon pretty quickly in this deck, and you could literally force your opponent's smaller Digimon to swing, and you can just block and set up all your stuff, and then use your, if you have Lamiamon in the pile, you could use that to play a Cyclobot in your hand and pop. You could almost like clear their whole field. It's crazy. So I really like this card. And luckily for 1 OmniX. Like I said before, I know this card's expensive, but luckily with this version, you don't gotta like play more than one. It's searchable, and one of the issues other Omnimon cards have had in the past, they've usually been like pure white. But the fact that this one's also red, so we can add it to our hand thanks to our memory boost, our offense training, is a lot better, honestly. And that's actually all the Digimon. This I really like this one. I mean, this lineup I'm using. But like I said, if you have it, use that Flamedramon. But again, I'm not spending $200. Screw that. Okay, 4 of the new BT21 Owen Dreadnought. A friend of mine at Locals really likes this card because he plays Dobrik, which we gotta get an updated deck soon. We've just been busy. This card is just cracked. The fact that you can literally steal games by, if you have this set up, just play your Gaiomon that gains Rush, and then end the turn. You could literally just use this and swing. It's crazy. This card is really good, and it gives piercing too. I'm also working on a new build for Black or Greymon because I feel like there's something there too. Like if you could like set up your Black or Greymon, give the X antibody, and just end turn, and you use this, and it forces your Black or to swing, and then you can digivolve in the Black or Gray X. I really want to start testing that out. So let me know in the comments if you're interested in seeing an updated Black or Greymon deck. And 2 Owen Dreadnought, the older one. This card's really good too. I think the 3-drop's obviously the better one, but the fact that you sometimes you do it's a memory center, so that's good, and it can pop smaller Digimon. So it likes to deal with floodgates, right? This is the card where I meant where if I had the Flamedramon, I would play 2 of them. I would cut this card down to 3 and the Cyberdramon as well. But because this card is really good, but I do not like it at 4. Raging Serpentine. For the record, this card's super good, but it clogs up too much in the hand. Okay, first off, it's spot removal. It deletes, so that's really good. Also, it deletes from the security as well, which is also really good. And the fact that you could literally use it to just set up to Digivolve next turn into a Dragonkin for free. Like if you're going first, you can literally you'll be giving your opponent a lot of a lot of memory, but it's in the end it might be worth it. The fact that you can basically delete their Digimon they have on field and have this ready for next turn for you to swing into like your Lamiamon and just go into like Gaiomon for free. So this card honestly is really good. 3 red memory boost, 2 offense training, and I still had room, so I just decided to put in 1 red scramble. It's okay. So far this is what I like the most. Although, like I said, I would cut this, and honestly, maybe instead of Cyberdramon, because that extra DP boost can really be helpful. I think I would actually cut these 2 to play the the Flamedramon. Although I'm probably gonna like mess around more. I'm gonna see if maybe anyone of my locals has that Flame. See, maybe they'll let me borrow it to try it out because because that card is just really good in this deck. So, and it is a Dragonkin as well, which I didn't even know Flame was. That's crazy how many Digimon are Dragonkin. I didn't even know. So that's the entire deck right there. I really like this build. The fact that you could literally turbo out your Gaiomon and just either set up a blocker or use your EX4 one to remove security, and then just set up or even go crazy offense. It really has the best of both worlds. Man, I'm tongue tied. I gotta get some coffee. So let me know what you think of this build in the deck. I mean, this build of the deck. Let me know what you think in the comments and overall, just if you want to see any more, like if you want to see an updated Black War and Machine Dramon from channel member Michael, let me know and we'll get to work on that. Overall, just have a great week and thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye.